Welcome back to the world's worst fishing, everybody. Lure Making TV. Appreciate y'all being here. Here's some recent stuff that we've been working on. Here's a type of pour that I don't do a whole lot of. So let me get one out. I actually kind of just threw an eyeball in there. It's like a mock eyeball. So this is a 5-color, sort of a 5-layer laminate swim bait right here, and this is called a northern red belly dace or DOS, something like that. It's actually like a little creek fish, you know, sort of like a creek darter, something like that. And you know, you can see there's a lot of layers that go on in something like this. You know, we have this sort of this yellow belly followed by some orange and a layer of black, then sort of like an off-white cream, topped off with brown. You know, I don't pour this way a whole lot in terms of multi-layer laminates. You know, usually when I pour something complicated, it's my skin pouring methods, not so much stacking layers on top of each other or laminates on top of each other in this sort of configuration. So this type of pouring is something that I definitely need practice. It's probably my biggest weakness, is doing stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to do a little practice. So it is getting pretty late Friday night, but we just ran this set of Tennessee shad. Check it out. So sort of a dark brown top with a little bit of pearl effect. What's really cool is that this is a really dark gold vein, and I poured them as floating veins. You can see the vein just kind of disappears into the tail. It doesn't go all the way to the surface of the mold. And then a white pearl belly, and then of course the shad dot. So I was reading on like a photography forum that like just a flat white surface, oh, it's out of focus, is good for photography. So I'm just kind of having some fun. Not bad. So for example, that right there, taken with just my cell phone, turned into that. Yeah, pretty neat. And there goes the laundry right on cue. So here are those sort of brown gizzard Tennessee shads from last night. So with the cell phone camera, yeah, not bad. Really kind of just having some fun, you know. Today's a bait blog. We're gonna make a few things, of course, but this is just sort of a day in the life of my shop. And I tell you what I really need to do that I don't want to film is clean up in here. Oh, what a mess. Still though, for my money, you cannot beat the way that a bait looks in real sunlight. It's just really hard to photograph them in natural light. But you know, to me, outside in real light conditions is how the end user is ultimately going to view the bait while they're fishing. And this is the closest way that we can view them as humans to how a fish might see them in the natural world, is outside. Landon, what you doing? Are you mopping the driveway? That's important stuff, buddy. Haha. This guy right here just has a mind of his own. But don't we all? Man, it is nice out today. Bluebird sky. We had a little bit of a cold front come in, but it's actually super nice. So I'm just kind of letting Landon get in some outside play time, and I'm trying to make sure I'm in focus here. I'm really struggling here. What should I make today? You know, this is just one of those bait blogs, and you know, it's a Saturday, I'm home, I just want to have fun in the bait shop when I'm not playing with my kids. So I'll think of something. We'll think of something good to make. You know, whether it's injection pouring or who knows, whatever. I might break out the lead pot. Who knows? Decisions. One more quick shout out to that MF changeable motor oil. My Lord, just look at that. I mean, should we just do that again today? Is that really what we should just do? You know, the heck with everything else, just that. Y'all, this is a drummer's dream right here. Thomas Lang is doing a live stream on Drum Channel Oh man, this is so awesome. This is huge fanboy moment for me right here. He's one of my drumming heroes. Yeah, I think I am just going to hand pour a bunch of those motor oil worms again. So if you remember a couple videos ago where we kind of featured that pigment, we were doing a lot of injection, right? We had the Presto pot, you know, almost a full gallon of plastic. Today, what we're going to do is actually a really interesting exercise. We're going to be doing all open pour worms, and we're going to fill this thing up to the 2-cup line and show you how far 2 cups of plastic can really go with hand pouring, right? There's minimal waste. You can use every drop of plastic essentially, and I think you'll be really, really surprised how much we're going to get, even with large cavities. This is an 8-inch worm, and this is a 10-inch worm, and we have several cavities, so I think that'll be kind of neat. Okay, the plastic is cooking up. It's time to do a little hydration. You know, we haven't had beer on the channel in a while. It's time to throw it back to the good old days, huh? Okay, let's set the world on fire again just by using this pigment. Here we go. And what an awesome pigment it is. Just 2 little ounces of excellence. All right, there it is. There's the infamous MF changeable motor oil. And what's so funny to me is how it looks like a purple pigment here, like a purple red. Looks green in the cup, but once we start pouring it, getting it into a few molds, y'all see what's up. So anyway, let's try and get the camera angled to where we can maybe pour one of these. And you know, obviously we want to try to pour it clean, despite this being a large cup. So I'm actually going to rest the cup on my table. Use that as sort of an anchor point to get a clean execution of the pour. Alright, so now we have it started. And we're just basically sliding the cup along the table, up and down the cavity. And you know, the temperature of the plastic can play a role. I would say, generally speaking, the colder the plastic is, the easier it is to control. However, it can start kind of clumping up and then pouring unevenly. So for something like this, where I need to fill a long, skinny cavity, I actually prefer the plastic to be scorching hot. Now, if I was, you know, doing skin pours on a swim bait, pouring layers, I would not pour it this hot. So, you know, just kind of 2 different things for 2 different things. Yeah, so far so good. 2 really clean cavities. And, you know, one tip is after every cavity, after every pour, try to clean off your nozzle, okay? All of that buildup will eventually come back to bite you. The plastic will start to cool down, and it will start to bunch up on that buildup. And then you're going to get it just makes a mess. Trust me on that one. But what's cool is that, you know, by doing open pouring like this in these worm cavities, you can literally make every drop of plastic count. Like, you can pretty much have 0 waste. I mean, this is a sustainability committee's dream. This is a 0 waste policy here. I work largely in dealing with local governments, so yeah, 0 waste and all of that those are all terminologies that I have to read every day. All right. Yeah, here we go. Perfect. Man, this is like the cleanest run I've ever done. Sorry, grammar police. Let's see if I don't mess it up on the last one. I mean, they never go perfect, right? especially on camera when the pressure's on. Well, gosh, bagosh. Alright, you know what? Video's over. We can't do it any better than that. Alright, I have to toot my own horn here. I just took the coolest thumbnail. I actually held my cell phone in one hand, right? Poured just like a mock pour of the ribbon tail in the other hand, and somehow got that picture. Is that not cool? That's the whole vibe right there. So, if anyone appreciates the thumbnail, I appreciate you back. Check this out. Just got these in the mail. Another large order of the little World's Worst Fishing logo stickers. Same thing as what's behind me. That go out anytime I package up some baits. So yeah, got a lot more of those. A ton more actually, 3 bags worth. So I think this is 500 of these bad boys. So yeah, the next 500 customers. Hey, you get a sticker. Awesome, awesome. It's the little things in life. All right, ribbon tail, here we go. We're gonna kick this thing's, yeah. Hopefully it doesn't kick back. All right, so far so good. Got a nice even stream. Oh no, the plastic's not pouring straight through the nozzle. Oh, that might mess us up here in the tail. Man, wouldn't it have been just a lot easier to inject that? Jeez, making it hard on ourselves out here. Okay, well, you know what? That's passable still. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's turn her around. And you know what? We'll start in the tail this time where it's nice and wide. I don't ever start in the tail. Always start up front. You know what? Yeah, okay. Maybe that's why I don't start in the tail, because now that's going to have a cold crack. See that? See that little line right there? That's why you have to pour it all as one, right? If you pour it and it doesn't fill in and then you pour back over it, because this is an aluminum mold, you're going to get those cracks like that, and that's just no good. Alright, starting over. We're just going to do it the way that we know how to do it. Start up here in the belly, or sorry, up here in the body, not the belly. There's no belly on these. Start up here in the body. Yeah. You can kind of pour it up to the point where you kind of see it dome off a little bit, and that's when you know that you've got it filled up. Perfect. Oh, beautiful. That's one of the best cavities I've poured in this worm. Super, super, super clean. Yeah, looking good. Alright, now we just have a few more to go. Alright, let's try another one. See if we can get it. Here we go. Oh gosh, that was horrible. Yeah, you know, slow and steady always wins the race with pouring. Really does. You know, I get a lot of questions in my, DMs and emails and social media, private messages. And, a lot of people are asking for, hand pouring advice, or what would be, your number one tip to tell somebody who's new. And, I always tell them slow and steady, slow and steady. You cannot get in a hurry, whether it's a really complicated swim bait or just a single color like this. And that really goes for injection too. The minute you start just trying to do things too fast, get in a hurry, get it done, and don't give it the respect that it needs, you start getting crappy results, no matter what. Maybe a little bit more with hand pouring because it's so nuanced. But at the end of the day, all of this stuff takes a lot of focus. Hey, just like that. There it is. That is 20 cavities, I believe. Yeah, 5 and 5, and then we have 10 of these 2 cavity molds. So, 10 and 10. So there's 20 worms right there that are, there again, all pretty large. This is a big worm right here. Let's get one out. yeah, you know, there's the size of it. It's a long, long, long worm. It's a very deep worm. The body's very deep. And as you can see, there's that color changing motor oil effect. But I mean, we have not even used half the amount of plastic, and we have all of these worms to show for it. So it's just, it's cool when you really see how far your materials can go when everything goes right. If you don't have much waste, you really do get a really great return on your materials investment. Alright, y'all, sorry for any laundry noise. It still drives me insane, but look at that. There's the first run of ribbon tails. And you know, that's just the start of this. We're gonna get a lot of stuff out of this 2 cups. Okay, and there are the I think they call this just the straight worm. I don't know. It's technically like a huge drop shot worm. If you were to, you know, whack this off at 4 inches, you know, it would be a good little drop shot worm. So anyway, there is round 1, and still a lot more material to go. Alright, check it out. A whole nother round completed. This would be round 2. And that probably used 1.5 cups worth, right? We still have about a half cup of plastic, which can get us through, you know, almost a whole nother round of this. So yeah, we're starting to really stack them up. And you know, it's just cool seeing all of this come out of just 2 little cups of plastic. I mean, figure out the cost of 2 cups of plastic, and I don't know, this was, what did I pay for this? It's been a couple weeks since I bought it. I don't know, $5, $6, maybe $7 most for one of those. And you know, the payoff is pretty huge. Alright, round 2 ribbon tails. Still looking good, still looking good. Moving right along. And round 2 on the 8-inch drop shot straights, whatever those are. Yeah, cool, cool, cool. So, question is, with that much more left, how much more can we get? Okay, y'all, we've gotten all of this that you see there completed with what was left over in this small cup. Now we're gonna, like, I guess try to use, every last drop. So I'm just gonna kind of get this in there. I may not pour this all that clean, but I'm gonna try. Might as well try to do a good job, right? I'm thinking we'll get these 2 worms and that's it. That's all I can see happening here. Okay. Not bad for freehand. Alright, let's see if there's enough to get the other side. Here we go. I'm thinking there will be, but after that there won't be enough to do anything. Probably not even one of the straight worms. So these ribbon tails definitely take a bit more plastic. Alright, here we go. It may not even be hot enough to pour. You know what? We might get one. We might get one. It'll be interesting to see. This is exciting. Yeah, you can see this stuff's pouring like syrup now. Yeah, that actually filled all the way. Yeah, and that's it. That is probably not enough to do anything. We can try. We'll just kind of get it, pour it sloppy. You know, that was enough for one. I stand corrected. Okay. Well, anyway, that's it. That's everything we could get minus that one sloppy worm right there at the end. So that half cup left over got us, man, almost a full run. 4 out of the 5 ribbon tails, and about 6, really should have been 7, could have been 7, but 6 out of the 10 straight worms. That's pretty darn good. Okay, there it is, done. I believe that is 54 worms, just based on just the fact that we got 2 full runs. which were 20 a piece, bringing us to 40, and then the rest of them. So yeah, pretty cool. 2 little cups of plastic, and here's the amount of leftover. And that's what's cool about doing it all open pour style like this, is that you can have such little leftover. You know, you would normally have, even with remelting sprues and runners, you just can't quite get it down to that with injection most of the time. It's a lot more difficult too anyhow. This is just, you can just pour every drop. So I don't know, I wanted to make some more motor oil, and I thought it might be a cool little experiment just to see how much we can squeeze out of 2 cups of plastic. Yeah, so here's what we're dealing with. Here's today's stuff, but all of this is stuff that has to be packaged and is going out. I made some motor oils. What's going on with my screen here? I made some of those motor oils the other night. Sort of exact same thing that we did today. Just down there. This is really cool. This is sort of like a fire crawl, right? But you can see it's poured with a little bit different configuration. It's sort of tail pouring, right? The tail is the vein color. So I actually start the pour in the tail and let the plastic flow all the way out into the head there. Top it off sort of like a brownish black top with some black flake. So I think those are pretty cool. What else do we have? We obviously have some of the stuff we've already looked at. Here's a really fun one right there. This one is the Wizard Nebula. This is a really complex layered skin poured bait. As you can see, the pattern is on either side. The pretty much the inside of the bait see-through. But this was inspired by the Wizard Nebula, a picture of the cosmos. And we have a whole set right there. And some of this stuff's been curing for a week, so those are definitely in need of mailing out. We have some 5-inch Sexy Shad, some 5-inch green color shift. This is one I like to call Purple Ghost. It's got a little bit of that color shift vein right there. Clear belly. So anyway, this is part of it. All of this has to now be packaged up except for that. Okay, that's it. I'm calling this one. I've had a full day of it. Just drove the kids around for about 2.5 hours to let Landon nap. A lot of times, the only way we can get him down for a successful nap is to throw him in the car seat, ride him around the country. So we just drove into South Georgia and all around. Yeah, so we've been all over. You know, the Red Hills region. Not to mention all the stuff that we've done today. So I'm tired. I'm gonna go inside and have a few quiet moments to myself. I think that'll be nice. And then getting up with a buddy tonight, probably play some music. So I don't know. It's been a nice day. It's been a good day. Glad y'all could follow along. I don't know what day I'm gonna get this video uploaded, but today was Saturday the 19th. Filmed a little bit last night, so hope y'all enjoyed this bait blog. Please shoot me lots of comments down below. Let me know what you'd like to see in future videos, and we'll catch you in the next one.